Hey guys, this is James from Man Tripping, and we are here at another Men Who Blog virtual happy hour. This time featuring one of my absolute favorite places in California. It is a little bit off the coast. I think it's 26 miles. We're going to be finding out about that. Even though it's just off the coast of Southern California, it is nothing like Orange County. It's nothing like LA, nothing like San Diego, but it's super, super close to everyone. It's like having your own private island escape, except for the fact you can get there fast and not that expensive. Not only that, but it's got some wine from the or some vineyards that were owned by the Wrigley Company. You've got buffaloes, you got great cocktails, you got beaches, got all sorts of fun stuff. And want to give a special shout out, thank you to the folks at Kate's Real Food who sent us this awesome box of samples that the green screen's playing havoc there, but you can kind of see that except for the green one. And perfect for enjoying on a afternoon relaxing in Catalina after doing some paddleboarding and hiking and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it back over to Kevin, who's going to talk more about some of the stuff that he has coming up. We've got Kathy from Love Catalina. Barkley Roach is going to be singing us some music about Catalina. But rather than me talking, Kevin, why don't you tell us more about why you love Catalina?
Well, I like Catalina for one reason, for what you see in the background. You see that hat sticking up? That's the Luau Larry's official Wiki Whacker hat. And you get that at Luau Larry's for drinking the Wiki Whacker. And it's not the signature drink of Catalina. We're going to be having that later, made by Bartender Gabi. But I have paid homage to the tropical-ishness of Catalina by making myself a tropical drink in honor of Luau Larry's and the Wiki Whacker, as well as to Descanso Beach, which I believe Kathy from Visit Catalina, or as they call Love Catalina now, can maybe clarify this. I believe it is the only beach in California where it's legal to drink on. So that's Descanso Beach. They have a drink called the Descanso Destroyer. Catalina's fun. Take the ferry over, Catalina Express, go over there for a day, spend a night, spend a weekend. It's a great destination. It's so far from Los Angeles. It's 26 miles, as Barkley will sing to us later about. But it's like a million miles from nowhere. You can stand on a cliff and look over and see Los Angeles, San Pedro and stuff. And to believe you're only 26 miles away, an hour ferry ride on Catalina Express, it's just kind of hard to believe because it's so mentally far away. And who cannot like Catalina Island? A great escape from Southern California for a day or a couple of days for a weekend. So cheers to Catalina, Luau Larry's. And wait till you see what Gabby's making, the buffalo milks, when she comes on with PubClubette Ashley. And Barkley also is playing. There are two songs that are identified with Catalina. And they are 26 Miles Across the Sea, which goes back to the 50s, which is a real cute, catchy tune, and Southern Cross from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And the reason that song is identified with Catalina is because it has a line in it in the very beginning of the song that says, "From a noisy bar in Avalon." And for years, I thought that noisy bar in Avalon was Luau Larry's, but I was told by the people at El Galleon it was actually their bar. That's a fun bar because I've spent some noisy Sundays in that bar in Catalina.
That's a good place. I've enjoyed it as well.
It's a karaoke bar. They have giant beer mugs like you get at Oktoberfest. Girls get up there and sing karaoke on bachelorette parties, and it's a noisy bar in Avalon, that's for sure. Do you want to introduce Kathy, James, and then we'll get Barkley. You can play those songs.
Sure. So I don't know how much introduction Kathy needs, but because Kathy knows more about Catalina than I can even pretend to know. But Kathy is, I believe, the executive director or head PR person. I can't remember your exact title. But either way, I was told that if you need to know anything about Catalina, Kathy is the one to talk to.
Had to find the unmute button. Yeah, I do the marketing and sales for the island, for Catalina Island, and the official Love Catalina.
How lucky are you?
I'm lucky. I'm the luckiest girl alive, and I'm sitting on Avalon Bay with my buffalo milk from Luau Larry's, and just having a nice little cocktail this afternoon. And you see behind me, you'll see the famous casino and our green pleasure pier, and You'll see some guests walking by occasionally, but it's a gorgeous day here on the island, and I'm really happy to be talking to you guys.
Well, you've got some fans. I know Karen G. McCauley, who we were just talking to a little bit ago. Definitely, she represents one of the greatest ways to get to Catalina. Although I'm partial to taking a cruise and enjoying Catalina as part of an overall experience. But if you want to just go, I think it's Kevin. How much was it? You were the one that's planning the trip over there. How much is Catalina Express per person? It's like $80 round trip or something.
Thereabouts around $75. It'll vary by a couple of dollars depending on where your departure port is. So they depart from San Pedro, from Long Beach, and from
Dana Point.
Kind of down here, San Diego way, kind of Dana Point.
Yeah.
I wish they lived from San Diego, but they don't. But Dana Point, and let's not forget, there's also you take the boat over, which is great. It's an hour, and it's just you're outside, and you're just sitting there, and there's PubClubette actually. And she's got the kitty cat.
And you often see dolphins. You can see whales, and the captains are so good about slowing down the boat, maybe to take a look at those dolphins playing behind the boat. It's an incredible. That's part of the vacation is the journey over here. And Catalina Express has been in business for nearly 40 years, and they operate quote unquote a tight ship. They're a good gang of people.
That's a great point about the captain stopping to watch the sea life and the dolphins stuff on the way. I've seen them stop. I've seen them circle around, and that's a great experience. And it's really cool when you pull into Avalon too, because you get all excited. You see that view behind her. You see the boat.
It feels like you're pulling into someplace that you need a passport. It feels like you're pulling into like Italy or somewhere in the Mediterranean, and you're actually right here off the coast of Southern California, and it's so close. Like you said on Catalina Express, it's only an hour. You can sit outside. You can get one of their famous Bloody Marys. Champagne, and you just relax, enjoy the ride, enjoy the wildlife. It's great.
But you know what I love about our fans, Kevin, is that while I'm personally interested in dolphins and turtles and all that kind of stuff, our fans go right to the point. And I have no idea what the answer to this question is, but I'm sure Karen does, and probably Kathy does as well. Does the Express have cocktails?
Yes.
Okay, well there you go. I knew that the brain trust team would be able to answer that question.
Yeah,
they're famous. They're famous for their Bloody Marys. I mean, they're famous for that. Yeah.
Cool. And you can upgrade to the Kathy, tell me if I'm wrong or not. You can upgrade to like a captain's area, which is a private area. It costs like $10 more, and I believe it comes with a drink or two on the way. Is that right?
Yes, correct. It's typically the Commodore Lounge, and
Commodore Lounge.
Yeah, and it's upstairs, and it allows for a beverage, either adult or otherwise, on the way over. Yeah, it's the boat is just it's one of my favorite things about living here is the need to take the boat to and from the mainland. Although we do have service on IEX helicopters, and they come from several places on the mainland too. So that makes an easy 15-minute trip from the mainland to the island. So if you want to get here in a quick fashion, that's a great way too. Then we also have service on the Catalina Flyer, comes over daily, and that comes over from Newport Beach. So there are a variety of ways to get to the island. There's no excuse not to come.
And PubClubette Ashley and I have actually flown to Catalina in a private plane and landed at the airport in the sky.
Yeah. Amen. That was a miss on my part. Yeah, and you can fly into the airport, and I guess it's quite a fun runway if you're a small plane pilot to land on and take off on.
Well, they just fixed it. It had a dip in it near the end where people thought they were going off the edge of the cliff. But actually, our pilot was so good, he missed the dip, unfortunately.
Yeah, he prepped us for it. He was like, brace yourself, guys. We don't know how this is going to go. And he went right over it, yeah.
No, we went right over the dip. But now they Actually, the Seabees have gone in and fixed the runway because they needed some practice, and Catalina Island needed a new runway. So there's a brand new runway on the private planes. And Kathy, are they still doing the barbecue dinners on Saturday, Sunday afternoon in July, like they've done in the past at the airport?
Well, I haven't heard when they're going to reopen that. It still was part of our product mix before the pandemic. We're still waiting to hear when they're going to open the barbecue up at Island in the Sky.
What is emails we looking at here? Text messages.
There's James showing the video of Ashley and I getting ready to take off on a private plane.
Oh, okay. I was like, I see text messages.
And Ashley's not yet had the buffalo milk, but that's going to change in about 5 minutes.
Here it is.
So here's Two Harbors for those of you who.
Isn't that beautiful?
I've actually never been there. I've only been to the Avalon.
Yeah.
But I guess
Two Harbors. There's a new service on the Cyclone. It's a speedboat, and they're going to have they have service that leaves in the morning from Avalon, and then you can return in the afternoon, evening back to Avalon. So you can go down to the Isthmus, Two Harbors, and get a cabana, do some hiking, do some water sports, and then come back to Avalon. Yeah, it's cool. It's like it's another. It's about a 40-minute trip, and again, the experience of getting down there is part of the fun. And they play great music, and it's fast and fun.
Cool.
I've always wanted to take the Hummer tours or the Jeep tours to go see the buffalo and stuff. There's honestly so much to do in Catalina that I'm embarrassed to say that I'm not out there more often, because it's so close and it's so easy and it's so. I mean, like you can fly down to Cabo or something like that, but you can get almost the same experience without spending as much money, to be honest, and without as much craziness.
Right.
And it's just a great place. But anyhow, you know what I really like to do is I love to listen to Barkley and Barkley's music.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so stoked to hear this 26 miles across the sea.
So I've been really busy, so I learned it like a few minutes ago. And both of the songs have rich, thick harmonies in them, so I'm singing them as one voice. So go easy on me. Ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
26 miles across the sea, Santa Catalina is waiting for me. Santa Catalina, the island of romance, 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 romance. Water all around it, everywhere. Tropical trees in the salty air. Something that's waiting for me there is romance. It seems so distant, 26 miles away, resting in the water serene. I'd work for anyone, even the Navy, who could float me to my island dream. 26 miles so near yet far, I swim with just some water wings and guitar. Beneath the water wings, beneath the guitar for romance, 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 romance. 26 miles across the sea, Santa Catalina is waiting for me. Santa Catalina, the island of romance, romance. 40 kilometers in a leaky old boat. Oh, sorry. A tropical heaven out in the ocean, covered with the trees and girls. I have to swim, but I do it forever till I'm gazing on those island pearls. 40 kilometers in a leaky old boat, or any old thing that'll stay afloat. When we arrive, we'll all promote romance, 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 romance. 26 miles
You just made my day.
Yay. Nice job.
Thank
you.
How do you like that, Kathy?
I loved it. That was a great rendition.
Thank you.
That's
Well,
that's
the next
awesome.
song, the next song I played a couple hundred times, so I pretty much know this one.
Oh, you did it great, Barclay, and got us back to our happy place.
Thank you.
Yay.
I'm gonna do this one more, and then I gotta jump. I gotta get less than in a little bit, but this is one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite groups of all time, which he's already told about. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Southern Cross. Here we go. I'm down to town on a boat for the Southern Island, sailing a ridge for a following sea. She was making for the trades on the outside, and the downhill run to PubClubette. Off the wind on this heading line of the Marquesas, we got 80 feet of a water line, nice and making way. In a noisy bar in Avalon, I tried to call you, but on a midnight watch I realized why twice you ran away. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are using me, loud your voice is calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. And I have been around the world, looking for that woman, girl, who knows she knows, who knows love can endure, and you know it will. When you see the Southern Cross for the first time, you understand how I came this way. 'Cause the truth you might be running from is so small, but it's as big as the promise of the coming day. So I'm sailing for tomorrow, my dreams are a-dying, and my love is an anchor tied to you, tied with a silver chain. I have my ship, and all the flags are a-flying. She is all that I have left, and music is her name. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are using me, Lord, your voice is calling. What everybody, you and me, cannot be forgotten. I have been around the world, looking for that woman, girl, who knows she knows, who knows love can endure, and you know it will, and you know it will. So we cheated and we lied and we tested, and we never failed to fail. It was the easiest thing to do. You will survive being bested. Somebody fine will come along, make me forget about loving you in the Southern Cross.
you. Wow, what a talent. He just learned 26 miles about this morning. And you just nailed it, dude. That was awesome. And I would love to hear you in a noisy bar in Avalon, even a quiet bar in Avalon.
What was the name of the bar again? In case I ever get there.
El Galleon. It's the one. It's just a couple doors down from Luau Aries, and it's the big beer.
You can't miss it. When you get off the pier, you walk right into town, and it's right there.
All right, it's been an embarrassing a long amount of time since I've been there, so I must go back soon.
Well, maybe Kathy will have you sing that song over there sometime.
Yeah.
It's part of a big Love Catalina marketing program or something. I
would love to. I'd love to. I had a gig that fell through at Two Harbors once, so I was a bit bummed out about that. So I'm ready anytime you need me.
That's a great place to play too.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Sparkly. If you want to find him, go through me. It's probably the easiest way than putting his Facebook page up there or whatever. But if you want to find Barkley and have him play for you, just go through me and I'll put you in touch with him.
Thank you guys so much.
Excellent.
Thank you. Awesome. Great job.
Thank you, Barkley.
See you again.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I know you guys have some buffalo milk, but I want to give just another quick shout out now that you guys are here, because originally we were going to have all of us kind of sampling these things on the air, but I wanted to give a shout out to Kate's Real Food, and we're talking to yesterday. We're like, hey, so you guys ready to do this little promo for Kate's Real Food? And the girl said, oh shoot, we weren't supposed to eat those already. So, and initially I'm like, oh well, that didn't go so great from a PR marketing perspective. But here's the reality: these things are so damn good that you can't just stop. I mean, they sent me some of these about that picked the green bag, that sucked. But
wow,
they sent me some of these about 3 months ago, and they were so good that I wanted to plug them again. I said, hey, let's have these guys on the show. Let's give them a plug. So rather than me, doing my hype master pitch for them, I'll let Ashley and Gabby talk. I know that they were really excited about trying them.
Yeah. Let's see. I really like the peanut butter dark chocolate one and the peanut butter milk chocolate one. And I'm the culprit that ate them all already, but these are Gabby. Yeah, props.
Yeah,
and we can eat them right now if you want.
I ate the dark chocolate cherry. That one was really good.
Yeah.
And then the milk chocolate peanut butter.
So we both ate that one. So.
Yeah, the milk chocolate peanut butter, or the peanut butter milk chocolate one, the tram bar, is definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
I really like it.
That was my favorite too.
Mm-hmm.
I had it out here and my fiance was already eating it. And I was like, what are you doing? He didn't know that we were from this show or anything, but he's like, these are so good. Where did you get this? And I had one bite of the peanut butter milk chocolate one. And I was like, this is so good. I wish you saved me more, but they're all pretty good. I mean, I had, the dark chocolate cherry. I'm about to try this peanut butter dark chocolate.
Yeah, those are my favorite. I thought that I was supposed to sample them and then get feedback.
Yeah.
And those
I
chocolate
think I want
ones.
to try the lemon coconut ginger.
Peanut butter. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if we all hold it up to the screen at the same time, I bet the PR people would love us so much that maybe they'll send us some more. So,
well, I'm loving this. Mango coconut is delicious. And look, Abby, it says Tiki Bar on it. How perfect is that?
Oh, of course you'd like that.
Yeah, tiki bar.
I'll try this one.
Oh, that is great. And I want to tell you, when you're on Catalina, if you're on Catalina Express, have one of these in your pocket because it'll be great. A little snack going out, on the hour ferry ride with your cocktail in your hand. Or if you're walking around the island, particularly if you're hiking or even biking around Two Harbors or something, great to have one of these in your pocket. Or anywhere you travel, in your car, when road trips. I'm a fan of this. I don't normally eat this stuff, but this mango coconut is just awesome.
Yeah, and you know what I was thinking? In addition to the hiking and biking, honestly, you can do it anywhere. I was thinking these would be really good on the beach after some snorkeling, because they're.
That's a great point.
It's filling. It's energy packed. It's not unsweet. But it's a very natural sweet. It's not like, I love my Snickers bars. And anybody who sees me knows that I love my chocolate bars. But so I'm not gonna say anything bad about candy. But after some snorkeling and some biking and stuff,
Honey,
even cat fruit.
It won't ruin your buffalo burger later. you know, so it's not going to ruin your meal
Right.
later. It's a good in between snack.
No, it's
Cheers to
definitely.
that.
And
So anyhow, so go
I was
on.
going to say what's surprising about the peanut butter, like the chocolate ones, was that they had raisins in them. And like normally, you expect like peanut butter, chocolate, and the raisins were like, oh, that was a raisin. It wasn't chocolate. Normally, I eat around the raisins on trail mix, but for some reason, like the way it's prepared, it really works. Like I just wanted to say, like, don't let the fact that it has raisins in it scare you, because I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, I tell you what, I really
delicious.
like these. Obviously, at this point, if you're watching, you don't think that we actually love these, then you're not listening. So, but you know what, I love even just as much as great food, is I love awesome cocktails. So, I know I saw this earlier. You have some buffalo milks. Kathy, I saw, has a buffalo milk. I have some wine, but I can't wait to try buffalo milk. So, tell me, what is a buffalo milk?
Kathy, why don't you take the lead on that?
Oh boy, what's in a buffalo milk? I know there's cream de cocoa, cream de banana, vodka, Kahlua, milk or cream,
Half and half.
and then some mixed with ice, and then put a little bit of whipped cream on top and nutmeg, and you got yourself a
That is
buffalo
exactly
milk.
it, Kathy.
That is
Good
it.
job.
You got it.
And a little about the drink. It's called the buffalo milk because there are actually buffalo on the island. There's also a buffalo burger, which is not made from the bison burgers come from elsewhere, not the Catalina burgers and bison, in case you wonder. But they're buffalo on the island. They're brought there in the 20s, right, Kathy, for a movie.
Right.
And the buffalo milk was created by a bartender at the Harbor Reef Bar in Two Harbors. And that remains the best place where you can get a buffalo milk on the island, in many locals' opinions, from what I've been told. I'm certainly not going to argue, because during Buccaneer days, when my friend's taking his little sailboat over to Catalina, we always go to Two Harbors, and I can attest to the buffalo milks at the Two Harbor Bar. That's the origin of it. Actually now believes they've had one, because she's got one now. So, ladies, let's do a cheers with a buffalo milk. Woo!
Ah,
Cheers.
Cheers.
they're delicious. Gabby's great.
James, have you had one?
Yeah.
Are there other places? Are there other places on Catalina you can get it besides that bar over in Two Harbors? Is it kind of the thing where you walk into Galeon and
Most places.
Okay.
In fact, I do a little buffalo happy hour, buffalo milk happy hour, where you kind of go from bar to bar, and I also have a group of friends that we rate them. We could go out on a night and we do a buffalo milk tour, and then we decide which one's the best.
Oh wow,
So cool.
well, that sounds like it. So
that sounds great.
That's a pub club kind of adventure.
Yeah,
Buffalo milk.
I find it fun. They taste just as good as when you start as when you finish.
But they do
And-
not
and
have them
I'm-
at the airport in the sky, as Ashley and I found out.
I know. And what?
Yeah.
Why?
They
You know,
used to have them, not anymore.
I heard that from a local that the best breakfast on the island is at the airport. Is that still true?
The best buffalo burger. It's at
I heard the
airport.
best breakfast. Maybe it's the best restaurant. I don't know. Maybe people are
I'll
just
tell
drunk
you
from
what.
buffalo milks.
The airport the food is great there, and it's fun to go out there and eat. But I am partial to their homemade cookies that you can only get at the airport. They're about that big, and
My.
they are fantastic. So I'm a big connoisseur of those.
So, Kathy,
I
how
heard a
many,
rumor that
All their
if Kevin
food
and
is
I
good.
and Ashley and Gabby beg you enough that you can send us some, or maybe Kevin could just bring some back with him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can make that happen. It's fantastic.
Yay.
Yum.
They're kind of the size of buffalo pies, if you will.
It's buffalo pie.
As long as they don't taste like a buffalo pie.
Oh my gosh, they're so good, yummy.
I have an idea, Gabby. Ashley and I will take the Catalina Express over for my upcoming press trip. and you get in Rob's private plane and fly over.
I love you, Gabi.
Oh,
And maybe Kathy can hook us up with an extra room for the night. And we can all go over there and
So fun.
have a big adventure. So
We can go take the Buffalo happy hour tour.
and then Kathy will take us on the
that
Buffalo.
would be so much fun. Oh my God, I would so love that.
You're just making me jealous now. I gotta get out of
I haven't
here.
even heard of it. I'm like, wow, I'm missing out.
I just thought of that because I was thinking airport in the sky.
Hi, Heather.
James, have you and Heather never had the buffalo milk?
I have never had the buffalo.
What?
I can bring all
To be honest, I've been to Catalina probably 3 or 4 times, and I never even knew about the buffalo milk until you started raving about it. So,
You know what?
the good news is Catalina Island has a new PR agency, so or new marketing. I'm not sure exactly the scope, but so I am sure that we will be hearing more about awesome Catalina stuff going forward.
Yeah, I'm surprised that more people don't come over here and stay longer. I was, like you were talking about the things to do and being here on this idyllic island. I'm surprised people don't stay here for a week. There's plenty to do for a week.
Kathy,
So what are the rest? What is the lodging situation? I know there's some really cute bed and breakfasts in Avalon.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of lodging, and there's all kinds of lodging. So you can do like a bungalow home. You can rent a home right in town, or you can do like villas out at Hamilton Cove. And then we have traditional hotels like Catalina Island Inn and Holiday Inn and Pavilion and Hotel Metropole and just a variety.
I had no idea. And you can find more information about those on lovecatalina.com. Is that right?
Correct. And I'd have to go over a list of 200.
I went there one time for a birthday party. My friend goes there every year, and every year they're a different costume.
Oh, how fun!
Year we went, it was Disney themed, and I was Belle, and he was the Beast, and like everybody was like Beauty and the Beast or Disney characters. So you have a miniature golf, and I'm like in a hoop skirt, like.
It's
All these
just
little kids were coming up to me, wanting to meet me as a princess, and I was like having a funny part. It was adorable.
oh, so cute. They want to do their selfies.
Yeah,
I think
fun.
it's fun for groups to come over and like maybe one group stays at Hotel McRae and another group stays out at Hamilton Cove. But it's so easy and convenient to get around here. I mean, it's all walkable. You can't have a car, and golf carts are great. They're only rented for the day. So basically, your transportation in Avalon and in Two Harbors are your feet and a bicycle, and so getting around is pretty easy. It's just quaint. The lifestyle here is really simple.
And for those of you who are not exactly the most athletic fit, I mean, I would love to pretend that I was out there biking and
Me
hiking
too.
and stand up paddleboarding and stuff. But from looking at my background, which is Avalon, and looking at your background, which is also Avalon, it's pretty hilly. But I wanted to give a shout out that it's not. You don't have to go hiking up the hills. That the golf carts are really, really plentiful there, and most of the stuff is pretty level. So don't let that scare you off.
You can walk from the boat to Crescent Avenue, which is Front Street, and it's a 5-minute walk. It's all flat, and then you can walk all the way out to Descanso Beach Club. It's flat along Via Way. You can walk all the way out to Pebbly Beach, or it's also a beautiful ride along the ocean front. That's all flat, and so obviously bicycling all along there is flat too. So yeah, sure, there's some terrain that's difficult here, but there's plenty of terrain for the more simple too.
And Two Harbors, the only walking you do is from the dock off your dinghy to the Harbor Reef Bar. It's about 30 seconds. Although you can go up the hill. And, although if you're there, I recommend going up on the cliffs and you can look out over. And I've been there on a beautiful cloudless day, and I've actually looked over and seen pretty much where you used to live on the Strand of Manhattan Beach. It can be that clear and that beautiful. and it's
Yeah.
it's just spectacular. So I recommend if you're there to
And
get up
to
on a hill.
to walk to Cat Harbor to the other side of the island, and it's just a beautiful stroll, if you will, but looking out over the Pacific Ocean to practically Japan. It's just beautiful.
So you know what I love about being on an island is you can see both the sunrise and the sunset from the same place.
Yeah.
In theory, I guess if you're up on the top of the hill anyhow.
Yeah, if you're on, I was going to say, if you're on the top for sure, you can do that. And mornings and evenings have spectacular light. The sunrise and the sunset are pretty amazing here on the island. And the island is just part, to me, you transition to another time and another place. It's completely different than the mainland. It's a slower pace. It's a friendly pace. It's Love Catalina. People who have been here love Catalina, and people who live here love Catalina. So it's a different lifestyle, and who would know that it was in LA County, right? Only 26 miles from Long Beach. It's so close yet
Across
so far
the
away.
sea.
I'm not even gonna say.
The island of romance, and it's very Mediterranean looking. And Kathy, there's all sorts of stuff to do on Catalina. You can do nothing. I've been over there and I've laid on. I believe it's the only beach in California where actually allowed to drink on the beach, Descanso Beach.
Descanso Beach Club.
And they have the Descanso Destroyer, right? That's a rum-filled. That's a rum-filled drink, which I like. But now they've added.
That's a shocker.
Now they have the Quarantini.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to check out the new Quarantini. It's really good. I was out there the other day over the weekend, and
we're going to get along fine, Kathy.
What is it, Kathy?
No,
for me,
Quarantini.
you know what? I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but I will find out for you and let you know.
Okay.
Well,
where's
just
the
have to experience it
Descanso
for
Beach
yourself.
Club? Because the only beach I've really been to that I know is really accessible is the one just past the casino.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
No,
Descanso Beach Club.
For those of you who are saying like, oh, I didn't know they had a casino, it's not a gambling casino, but it's they have a great museum. I think you guys still do films there too, right?
We do not do films, but we do events in that space, and there's a tour throughout that space. And the reason that it was named the casino is casino in Italian means gathering space, and it has the largest ballroom, contiguous round ballroom in the United States, and so it's a place for people to gather and dance and play, if you will. So that's where the name came from, but no gambling, no.
And James, it's about a 15-minute walk from the kind of center of Avalon over to Descanso Beach. So it's completely flat. You just take your time. You're in no hurry.
Well, people can see it right there in her background. So, Kathy, you're sitting on the pier where the boats come in, right?
I'm sitting right in front of the harbor, and behind me is the Green Pleasure Pier, and then behind that is the casino that we were speaking of.
Okay.
So you can see everything's close. Everything's walking distance, and then right around the corner from the casino is Descanso Beach Club.
Now, Kathy, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of activities more than drinking Descanso Destroyers, buffalo milks, and wiki whackers. So,
and golf, right? But they still
there's biking,
and the zip line.
There's diving, there's zip lining, there's kayaking and paddleboarding and fishing and golf and
the zip lining after Buffalo.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't suggest that, but the zip line tour is incredible. It is pretty spectacular. Have your video ready to go on your helmet.
I thought on our press trip that I would let Ashley do the zip line. Well, I would do the walk through the canopy or something, right? There's a walking, there's like a walk over in Descanso Beach where you walk through the trees or something, right?
The adventures, and it's different levels that you can you click onto, and you have like it's an obstacle course in the air, if you will. Yeah,
That sounds pretty
it's
cool.
really
That
cool.
sounds fun too. Can I do
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do both of
And
those.
the awesome folks at your
Oh, by the way,
home office.
I want to tell you that the Catalina Unquarantini is, I got the answer for you, is 2 ounces of Tito's vodka, 1 ounce of freshly squeezed orange juice, 3/4 ounce tangerine syrup, a 1/2 ounce of Aperol, a 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice, and let me tell you, it's a treat.
Oh, that sounds. Those are all. Aperol is my
I was just
favorite.
had
and
Aperol for the
orange
first
juice.
time
Oh.
This is really similar, and it's just refreshing and light. And so the Catalina Unquarantini, sorry, I said quarantini, but we're out of that now. Unquarantini. Yeah. Oh, so we were talking about activities and things to do. Did I mention that we have a diving park that you can actually walk into the diving park, so you don't necessarily need a boat to dive?
I saw Gil Anderson of KTLA do that on the morning news one day, and I wonder if
Is that for scuba or snorkeling as well?
Go now.
Scuba and snorkeling, but it's rare that you can find a place where you can scuba dive without the need to go out onto a boat. And it's a preserve; it's protected, and it's right off the where am I? Right off the casino there. It's called Casino Point, and apparently it's a beautiful kelp forest. I'm not a diver. I've snorkeled out there, and the water here is so clear. It's just phenomenal to dive or snorkel.
So what are you seeing out there? Are there, I mean, the fish, I would assume, but also seals and that kind of stuff too, or?
Oh my gosh! Yesterday,
Garibaldi.
was it yesterday or the day before? We went out and we saw a turtle. I'd never seen a turtle. It was huge, and it was swimming, and it was beautiful. I'd never seen a turtle on around Catalina Island, so that was a real treat. But we see dolphins, we see all kinds of fish, and many of the restaurants here serve fresh fish. It's they go out, they catch the fish, they make the sushi, they make the dinners. The dining here with fresh fish is fabulous. It's one of the best places I've ever been.
And you guys do fishing charters too, right?
Tons of fishing charters, yes, and I'll tell you, the local knowledge of fishing around here is pretty impressive. Well, we're really fortunate because we have what we call islanders, and these are people who have lived here for generations, and so they know the island like it's been their playground their entire lives. So they know it like the back of their hands, and they know the fishing holes, and they know the hiking spots, and it's really nice because they're genuine people and they share their interest and love of Catalina. It's a pretty special place, this island, and I understand why people are drawn to it.
It's huge for fishing. It's huge for scuba diving.
Fishing,
a lot of people
scuba
go over there. Yeah, and you can actually get certified in Catalina.
Yes.
Matter of fact, my friend one time, she was dragging this guy along, this friend of hers, to get certified. So they were going every morning, getting up every morning and going, just beyond the casino, going in and getting certified, doing all this stuff. And me and my other buddy just kind of tagged along. We actually rented a house about 2, 3, 4 blocks behind, where the hotels are. So we actually had a house, had our own room. It was great.
It's great, yeah.
I just want to give a shout out. 'Cause I know we've been talking about the beaches, but I don't know if people actually understand that it's a really nice beach. Like, look how beautiful that beach is there.
That's beautiful.
And I don't, when I walk in the morning, I don't, I went over to the mainland right after the quarantine, and I was walking on the beach. Well, and it's kind of walking on the beach. It's a path that kind of goes kind of up and down along the beach. But when you walk on the beach here you're on the water. You're on the ocean. So when you walk out to Pebbly Beach, there's nothing between you and the ocean. There's no obstruction. When you walk out to Descanso Beach Club, it's all you see is that ocean, and you can see the mainland. It's pretty impressive. it's unobstructed here. And like you said, the beaches are beautiful, and the views and just your access to the water is unheard of.
So
And-
cool.
and
And
Descanso-
it's really not that crowded. I mean, I've been there. Again, I haven't been there not with a cruise ship day, so I don't know if it's going to be a lot less
Oh.
crazy. But honestly, even with like 2,000 people on a cruise ship,
I'll
it's
tell
not
you
that
what,
crowded there.
they're pros out there. They have the space and they have the staff, and they're professionals, and they really take care of the crowd control to where you're having a great time. You don't feel as though it's crowded. Especially now they've got it to where you can actually dine on the beach, right? They put the tables on the beach, so there's good social distancing, and all of their staff are trained and are wearing masks and face shields, and they're really into taking care of their staff and their visitors. But what's really cool about it is is the crowd control. You would think you were alone there, but there's a lot of people around you, and everybody's having a good time.
But Kathy, I have a couple questions. One, you mentioned, you're officially open now. So
Yes, we are.
So what are the
I
COVID rules?
hope you've been seeing some visitors walk by behind.
We have been surprising for a Tuesday.
And they're all wearing masks. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, we require the governor requires that we wear masks, but also
Well, except for those
our
two guys.
boats.
You
They
I
have them on
mentioned
their ship. But our establishments and the Catalina Express are really good about making sure that their staff are protected and that their other guests are protected.
And let's mention Catalina Express, because you do have to wear a mask the whole time, even on the boat
Yes,
on the
you
way
do.
over. And I hear some screaming in the background.
There's a girl. There's a bunch of girls. On
They're
the
having
golf
fun.
cart, and they're having a blast.
I see. Okay.
Who else having
Yeah.
fun?
Is it almost as much of a blast as Kevin?
Oh, yeah. What is the name of that bar?
Almost. That's Luau
that's my
Larry's.
So
that's-
my group of friends.
That's the noisy bar in Avalon, because we've got the big beers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Sorry,
noisy bar in
I saw
Avalon.
that. I saw the hats. Not the,
We had been there
Big,
before.
big beer and a big hat and a big ass smile. So it looks like you guys are having fun.
We were there. That's Gary Buffett, Eric Stone, trop rock singer who will be on our show soon, and my friend the Harbor Master. I've nicknamed her the Harbor Master because she always seems to have a fleet of men around her.
Oh,
And she loves the skippers on Catalina, that's for sure.
well, I'm just going to leave it like that. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to get myself in trouble.
Well, I don't think the Harbor Master's watching. She actually has
I
to
have
do
a
some work
question.
today.
I'm sorry.
Gabby's got a question.
Cool. Do you guys have a submarine there that you can watch fish
Yeah.
from? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was a rumor or not, but
I've never heard
No,
of it.
no.
there you can go down and feed the fish.
Uh-huh. It's a semi submarine, and it goes. You can go underneath, and it's really cool. They go into Lover's Cove, if you will, and you can see tons of fish and kelp, and the kids love it. Like you can
I could read
practically
that,
touch
too.
the fish.
I was about to say, wait a minute. When my parents first came to L.A., one of the places I took, I didn't even tell them where we were going. I just jumped in the car and drove, and we went out to Catalina Island, and we did the submarine. So
Yeah.
not only kids like it, but adults like it.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
And what are like the prices? How does that run?
Well, it varies, and it varies seasonally. But if you go to lovecatalina.com,
Okay.
you can check out all the rates.
Okay.
So it's Catalina Adventure Tours, I believe, is the name of the operator.
Yeah, Catalina Adventure Tours has one, as does Visit Catalina Island,
Oh,
or
okay.
the Catalina Island Company. They both do.
Catalina.com?
Yeah, and then,
So there's two submarines, not just one submarine. That's awesome.
wow.
Yep.
That's so cool.
I believe there's a glass bottom boat too. Is that right,
I've
Kathy?
been in a submarine. Yeah. That'd be so
Yeah, there is a glass bottom boat.
So you don't have to actually get in the water, but I just recommend. It's so cool there to go kayaking, around
yeah.
either spot. I believe you can go kayaking off Descanso Beach. I know you can off of
Yes.
the Catalina
Yes.
Pier. You can also go kayaking. I did a lot because most of the sailboats went over on had kayaks, so we would go over and paddle around the harbor in two
There's
harbors.
also there's also paddle boats for rent here, and so you and a pal can go and you can just paddle around the harbor. That's fun to do. And also SUP is very popular here too.
So I put my Bacardi topper, 4-year-old Bacardi topper on my Luau Larry's drink.
Well, we just added an extra banana. We did a banana to our.
Gabby has not commented on my glass yet. I can't believe that.
Well, I'm just gonna add extra wine on top of my wine.
Turn it.
I only see it.
Turn
You
it.
gotta turn it around.
Turn it sideways. Is it a?
Is
Is
it
it a turtle or is it flower?
Is it a turtle?
Or face? Oh wait, keep going.
Wait, the back.
You're showing the back of it, Kevin.
And then,
Spinning Kevin.
There we go.
Tiki.
Tiki,
Yes, very cute.
Quarantining?
awesome. Tiki glass.
So Ashley, how do you like the buffalo milk?
Oh my god, I love it.
Isn't it good?
For whatever reason, I thought Bailey's was in it. But I was very pleasantly surprised, and I think Gabby and I were just talking about how we love bananas. So we
Yeah,
so
I
you
did
put more
cream
rum, we
banana.
put more banana, cream to the banana.
Well, actually, put extra vodka.
And
Okay,
they have-
so tell me that part. So we start like baiting. We know why.
Have you
They
ever thought about turning that into a milkshake?
I did.
That would-
it. I think it's a blended drink. So
It
Oh, is it? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a blended drink, and when you go over to Two Harbors and it is cranking busy, particularly for Buccaneer days, that blender is constantly going from the minute they open at 10 a.m. until they close at whatever time they close, and that blender is just constantly going, making those buffalo milks. I'd be curious.
Yay.
I'd be curious to know how many they make in a weekend.
Why? It tastes delicious.
They're
Well, it's a good thing you're heading
and
there.
They have no calories.
No,
Oh,
no calories.
They're on the island, guilt-free calories. Absolutely.
Exactly. Food and beverage, no
You
calories.
say that we're in the air. I'm a flight attendant, so we're calorie-free when you're in the air. It's fine.
Well, in theory, when you're up in the air at 30,000 feet, you technically do weigh less because you're farther from the center of the earth. So
There you
I
have.
mean, it might only
I'm
be
going
1 or 2
quiet.
ounces, but
I think Rob's plane. I think Rob's plane that was only 10,000 feet in the air. I'm not sure.
well, yeah. No, as far as when Ashley's working,
Yeah, for sure.
I know that you get inebriated faster.
Yeah.
Do you?
And you in the mountains too.
Yeah.
Altitude.
Altitude.
I think the plane is pressurized to 10,000 feet, right? Or is it 8,000?
10,000.
10,000. So I mean, if you think about that, like going up to Vail or something like that in Colorado, you're at 7,700. So I mean, you can get whooped in by drinking at the summit lodges.
Very true.
But
gotta
you know
practice.
what? Catalina is a lot lower than 7,000 feet.
Well, you would be amazed. You would be amazed if you go to Descanso Beach and go up to the top of the canopy. You'll be amazed at how suddenly you go from this beautiful island paradise up into almost like a jungle or something. The landscape changes very, very quickly. If you go in the interior of the island, I mean, it's a completely different world, and it's amazing how quickly the landscape changes there in Catalina. And so yeah, and you get a great view, by the way, of the Avalon Harbor. I've got a couple of photos on PubClub.com looking around to the harbor from about where the launch point is on the zip lines. You get some just incredible views, and it's not very far. And I don't know the elevation up there, Kathy, but it is. I believe that's the one on the left.
So here's the Descanso Beach Club again for those of you who haven't been there. So it's kind of rocky there, but it gets
It's
sandier
rocky
once you get past that little the high tide mark, right?
It's rocky to get into the water, so you better have on your flip flops or tough feet.
Or tough feet.
I'll have my tough feet on.
Put on your tough feet.
Shoes or water shoes or tough feet.
And so there's a great. This is what I was saying, guys, about when you. That's where the Catalina Express comes in, and the tenders from the cruise ship. But walking all along here, it's all flat.
Look at the water.
When we flew in to Catalina, I remember that view. Seeing it when we, Kevin, remember that
You're in
view?
the air.
The water.
I remember it. The views up there are spectacular. When Rob flew pictures earlier, the view over two harbors is just spectacular.
And here's some buffalo walking across the road there.
What beach was she saying? Kathy, what beach were you saying was that by? It had a name.
The which one?
Like, I don't know where all those.
Where the buffalo was on.
The buffalo. Is there a location?
Oh, the buffalo aren't on the beach. They're on the inland of the island. So,
so where was that location?
Well, you need to get on it. You need to take a jeep tour, some sort of inland.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at all the dolphins.
I love dolphins.
Oh my God!
Does he see this often?
I think we should just shut up and watch their Instagram and like let the pictures show it for themselves.
And this happens a lot. I went paddleboarding.
Is that a whale?
It is.
Yeah.
You often see a lot of dolphins around a whale. I went paddleboarding probably like 4 years ago now, at like the end of like, I don't want to even say it was like November. It was like that freakishly hot like summer that kept going. And we I literally was probably that close to a whale, and there was dolphins just everywhere. And it was crazy. Like, oh my gosh.
Lots of dolphins.
I love them. I haven't really seen many dolphins since. I've seen them in the distance here and there, but I was never close like that since.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's fun.
It's just an awesome feeling.
I didn't realize you guys had golf on Catalina too.
It's a par 3 course, right, Kathy?
Right. 9 holes. Yeah.
Yeah, par 3, nine holes. Maybe it's not par 3. 9 holes. They actually have a little restaurant up there for lunch.
I was playing that one.
Look at that view from the.
Hey, let's have green.
That's right behind Avalon, and I don't know what you do, Kathy. Take a golf cart up there to get there. I'm not sure how you get there, but it's right behind. Sure.
So is that a 9-hole course or a full 18?
9 hole.
9 hole, and you can take we have a taxi, and you can take the taxi to the country club where you start. A
lot of kelp in the water there. Really, really tall, 20-foot something kelp out there in the water. Out there.
Snorkeling and diving.
And if you want to go see the state fish of California, the Garibaldi, that is the place to do it because they're the orange fish. They're real pretty. They're kind of mean, so but
there's so many.
And when the Catalina Express pulls in and the kids look over and see in the water, you can see Garibaldi all over. They're like, "Oh, look!"
It's so awesome there.
It is.
Is this the buffalo milk?
I mean, I've been there before, but I just feel like I have. I mean, I've been there twice now. I just don't feel like I've experienced it at all. Like, there's so much there. Oh my gosh!
Come and stay and play.
I would love to.
How about this one with the buffalo on the playground?
Yeah.
Hey, Gabby, I just invited Rick over to your place to get a buffalo milk.
Tell him to come over. I'll make him one.
Rick, all right. Rick's watching. He's got the invitation.
Oh,
Rick,
look good.
how's that?
Gabby got her blend jet.
Rick is the guy that had the sailboat that went over many times before, and he wouldn't go to Avalon. He refused to go to Avalon, but he would always go to two harbors. And now, at the time, there was not that high speed boat between the two places, which I would have skipped off to Avalon. Otherwise, you had to take a safari bus over the top of the hill.
Let me give some love to the Catalina Express people again. That's like a happy person right there diving.
That is amazing. And I'm scuba dive certified too, so I could be.
You are?
I am. I did in Gili Island, south of Bali.
Oh my God, my bachelors would love you. They all have their license in Bali.
It's not that hard. You should do it too.
And James, I'm still eating these Kate's bars. This mango coconut ticket is delicious. I'm trying not to eat on the air, but I keep picking at it. It's so good.
They're all great.
Okay, so now I'm confused. So
because I know she wanted this other one. Because I already ate all mine.
So apparently, baseball fan. I should have done more pre-research, but honestly, I thought I knew about Catalina, but I'm finding out more and more stuff now. Apparently, Catalina was the spring training home for the Chicago Cubs from 1921 to 1951.
That is absolutely correct.
Do you know why?
No.
Because Wrigley owned it.
Yeah. William Wrigley Jr. owned the team, and he brought him here for spring training.
That is so cool.
Can you imagine being a Major League Baseball player? I mean, back then it's a lot different then. then go to Catalina to do your spring training. How cool is that?
From Chicago? Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you coming on, Kathy, and
Oh, my
certainly
pleasure.
my
Thanks for
mouth is
having us.
watering.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to make a unquarantini and buffalo milk at home.
Oh, yes, you do.
But definitely, like I said, I'm not ready to go out myself because of some health stuff. But I'm really thrilled you guys are open, because I know a lot of people are itching to get out there, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So thank you to both you and also Catalina Express for really being diligent about making sure that health concerns are taken care of. And I know everyone would be like to be operating at 100% capacity, but it's great that you guys are doing things. Even if people don't like wearing masks, I'd rather be out there and have people out there than have to be a little bit inconvenienced.
And Kathy,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Ashley and I are coming out in a few weeks.
Heck yeah.
Let me know.
And let's see if we can get Gabby on Rob's plane to fly out there.
Not that.
I have to.
I feel bad.
Yes.
I think
We can't wait to welcome you here.
No, that's
We
great.
can't.
We'll have
It's
to
great.
book an evening for your buffalo milk crawl, because I like the sound of
That's
that.
right.
And I guarantee that'll be a Pub Club story. I guarantee I'll put that story on Pub Club.
I guarantee you'll enjoy it too.
Well, no doubt about that. And
Thanks, you guys.
and
for
what happens
having
on
us.
what happens
I
on
learned so much more about Catalina. I had no idea. Like, seriously, I cannot wait.
Well, remember, what happens on Catalina winds up on PubClub.com, so be careful.
Absolutely.
It's just between us and the 1,000 people watching.
All right,
Thank you for having us.
thanks, Kathy. Thanks very much.
I'll throw a plug out there to BlendJet for those of you guys who are wondering what Gabby has in her hands. We are going to be doing an episode. I'm not sure the theme of the episode, but we are going to be demoing it on air. BlendJet is a portable blender to make some awesome smoothies, and they've got some jet packs that make it super easy. It plugs into USB, and you can take it for a workout or just kind of
Take it to Catalina.
definitely make it to Catalina.
Your car, so I feel like this will fit into like any sort of cup holder because it's so small. So you can literally just take this anywhere and charge it in your car or whatever.
I was thinking about the
It's like-
beach.
Take it to the
Put your
beach.
bag and
Well,
grab.
it's just so portable. I mean, I'm so in love with it. This is perfect.
And I know the folks at BlendJet are pitching it towards, health conscious people and, smoothies and fruits and that kind of stuff. But we're going to take that to the next level, because Gabby, I know, is going to be leveraging her expertise as a bartender to create some cocktails, because it's good to have a smoothie in the morning, maybe a smoothie after your workout. But it's also kind of fun just to take a cocktail with you when you're hiking somewhere, or be able to whip something up.
Hello,
Wherever
Buffalo
you
Milk.
are.
Hello.
Buffalo milk.
Yeah.
Or some rum.
Yeah.
Or a wine slushy.
There you go.
And James, you bring the wine.
So anyhow, thank you so much again, Kathy, and definitely
Sure,
to Karen
my
for
pleasure.
joining in, and Catalina Express. We are really looking forward to having you guys on. And I don't know who give
I don't know
Jim
who
a
Jim is,
hug
yeah.
tier. But
Oh.
thank you.
Give him there, maybe?
Maybe there.
Give him a hug there.
Yeah,
But we,
I'll give Jim a hug,
Oh,
Terry.
yeah. Her name is Terry.
Yeah, her name's Terry. And that's my boss, so I'll give
oh, hi Terry.
Oh, okay. Well, then, but definitely say hi to Jim for us.
Yeah, for sure. He's probably watching.
Well, you did
Okay.
great, Kathy. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You've been
Thank
amazing.
you. Have a great day.
See you.
We'll